Hi guys, it's me again. Yes, all of us have control issues, don't we? We want to know what's going to happen. We want to have control of our life, our situations. We want to have the right money so we manage, the right food. We want to have the love. We want that the kids are doing fine. We want control a lot of times. But life is going to give you a roller coaster. And I like to say that our animal instinct, we are still our animals, always want safety and security. So it's quite hard from time to time to go outside that comfort zone and realizing that you might not have control about everything. And you just have to accept the situation as it is. And as a working medium, we do want to have control a lot. We don't want to know what we're doing, especially in the beginning. We want to know, when I started, sorry, I'm jumping here now. When I started, and when the first year or so, we like to say, this is 30 years ago, but I wrote down, first hour on my course, we're going to do that, then we're going to look into that, and then we're going to do that, and I wanted control and order. And it never worked. And I remember when I was still a student at Arthur Findlay College back at the day, before I became a course organizer and a teacher there. I'm not now though, I just have to say, but back in the day, I remember I was doing an inspirational speaking. And I thought, my God, what I am just waffling around. Did I say anything that made sense? I just felt stress and I was just talking. And I thought, what the hell have I been talking about? And a very great teacher that I respect a lot, who has given me one of the best readings ever, told me, it was so beautiful to see you speak, Mia, because you could see how spirit hold you. And when it was time to finish off, how they was drifting away, and you finished off lovely. Didn't even realize at the time that I was inspired from the spirit world. And today, actually, I'm speaking to you out there, your mediums, my colleagues, my friends, mediums in your development or whatever you know, that sometimes when you let go of the little box where you're trying to follow and you become free with the spirit world, I always feel like I'm just waffling around. And that's when I've done my best talk. That's when I've been most in the moment, most where I touched other people, because I let go of what I want to say and I'm just being part of the energy and get inspired from the spirit and my own spirit and my soul, which we should not forget what the audience or the class needs to hear. And this has been really hard back in the days because, like I said, we want control, we human beings. And we want to know what we're going to speak about. And I'm going to touch that part and I'm going to touch that part. And we plan before how we're going to do a great PowerPoint or whatever. And suddenly you're starting off with something that you were thinking of that you're going to talk about. And suddenly you're talking about something else. That happens all the time today. And sometimes, even if it's not inspiration, I don't care anymore. I just go with the flow. And I'm just being me because I'm so fed up trying to control and be in a specific little box where this is how you should be, Mia. I just go with it. And it's such a relief and it's such a freedom. But them little words from that teacher at the time who actually said, you was so inspired by the spirit, and I didn't even realize. Because that's another thing, you see. When we are inspired and we let go of the control, we might not even feel the spirit. We are just one with it. And the more you're working with this, the more you are doing this, the more you are in that energy, the more you change your mind to be on a different, how do I say? My mind is just dropped. Anyway, the more you let go of the control, just being one with the energy, the better you will be. I'm a living example of that. I believe myself, but it might be the biggest excuse in the world. No, it's not. I know today that when I let go, I never follow what I set up to do. Never. It will always be something else. So today, if I should have a course, I have an idea of where I would like to start, where I would like to get my students. And if I don't know who they're coming, I still have an idea when I talk to them the first session. What do you want from this course, for example? But I can't have a set plan for whatever we're going to do every hour, because that will not benefit my students. Because then I'm locked in a little frame, and I want to be movable within the energy. I want the spirit to inspire me so I can give my students what they actually need, not what I want to give them. And this can be hard sometimes, because sometimes I think, oh, for God's sake, what else did I do? I didn't do that much. And you get a student coming up to you afterwards and say, thank you for them words, Mia. They changed my mediumship. So I think the biggest lesson here is that I'm stopped worrying. I'm stopped trying to have restrictions or following something special. I think it's the hardest thing to do as a medium, to just let go and be influenced by them. But when you do, you get the best results. You're just part of that flow and everything is easy. And that's, you see, that's when we start to questioning ourselves. Oh my God, this went so easy. I couldn't have done my job then. Because we are so brought up with, it should be struggle, struggle, struggle. It should cost a lot of money, and it should almost be impossible to do. Then it's worth something. But working with the spirit is the easiest thing there is. Working as a medium is easy. This is the complicated one. Your mind, my mind. I've been the biggest stepping stone, the stumbling stone, or whatever you call it, to hold myself back. And enough is enough. You know, when you can enjoy it, you can experiment with it and forget your perfectionism and try and think that you can control it, and just living it and being it, you will be the best medium you can be. Your version, your uniqueness. Don't try to copy anybody else. And regardless how much we try to understand it, remember, we will never understand it to the fullest. I don't think we can until we die. And that's going to be another story. And that's going to be so exciting when that day is coming. I just hope that I don't have to suffer too much before I go. But to actually have the privilege to tapping in to an invisible world that your soul and the spirit is connected with, and to follow that path of energy, letting go of your control, letting go of your ego, letting go of how you want it to be, and just being. It's a drug. It really is a drug. There's nothing more joyful that you can experience. So regardless all the pressure you put on yourself because you want to be a good medium or a good healer or whatever, you know, when you can let go of that pressure and just being it, that's when you found it. And it's bliss. And like I say, it's addictive. It's a drug. So, see you next time. Bye.